All right, what's going on, guys? So we're back with another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to be talking about the new story event, the Transcendent Embodiment of Fury. So this is the event where you can actually get these Super Saiyan Rose clones from. This is actually pretty cool, right? So this is a very, very good free-to-play team that you can use. Obviously, if you have the new Goku Black and Zamasu tag unit, they run phenomenally well on that team, but you don't necessarily need them, right? If you have any other kind of like Goku Black character or anybody that kind of runs Super Bosses or Future Saga, this is a very, very good team to use, and they're very strong, and they synergize super well too, right? So they're all named something different in order to be able to still link up, even though they're all still Goku Black clones, right? This is kind of reminiscent of the Metal Cooler event that we got like a couple years back, where you build out a whole Metal Cooler team, and that team was awesome to run. This is basically the same thing. So in order to do this, so here's the event here, right? So defeating Goku Black clones will allow you to acquire them, right? And depending on what path you take is what clone you're gonna fight. So they got one for each type: AGL, Tech, Int, STR, Fizz, and they're all lined up in a row here. So if you look at this image, you're gonna see the very top is gonna be AGL, and as you kind of go down, you'll get Tech, Int, STR, and Fizz. So you can choose your path based off which one you actually want to fight, right? So you just gotta be careful with that. So remember, AGL's there, Tech, Int, STR, Fizz, right? Just don't forget that as you're kind of jumping through, because it kind of sucks when you're going for one and then you end up getting the other and you're like, oh shit, I need that one, but it's fine. So you're basically gonna go through 3 phases. You're gonna have 6 charges in order to beat each phase. So basically, as long as you beat it within 2 turns, you can go on to the next phase and you're fine. There is, however, a 4th phase that you have to do a certain requirement in order to get to, and we'll kind of talk about that as we're going a little bit farther in here, right? So this just talks about the 3 phases, the additional battle, which is phase 4, and then talks about the 6 charges. So here's a big one. So if you use a giant form, giant ape, rage, whatever, it's still going to decrease your phase for once you pick up, or your charges once you pick up key spheres. So that's not a get out of jail free turn type of thing like it is in actual normal fights. Like, this is not that. So this will still deplete your charges, so keep that in mind. So these are the arts here for each of the clones, right? They're pretty good, right? Each one has their own special abilities. So AGL is very good with dodge. Tech, let's see which one. He does a lot of debuffing of the enemy. Int is, let's see, he boosts your stats, right? So he's attacking defense. He can foresee super attacks. That's a huge one. And then he can recover HP. The STR, obviously kind of built more for hitting, attacking, like being stronger. So a lot of crit. He gets additional stats when facing a super class enemy, and he is launching a bunch of extra supers. Physical, he has a bunch of damage reduction, right? So damage reduction, he's got guard, he's got attack events against all types. Pretty good, right? They all bring their own little something to the table to round out the team very, very well. So I really, really like what they did with this. So this right here, so there's a rare chance to get a special illustration. So these are the normal card arts, right? You're gonna see these a lot as you're going through the phases. A lot of the rewards you're gonna get are the normal card arts. There are special card arts that you can get. They're the exact same kit, right? So the Fizz normal and the Fizz special are gonna be the exact same kit. They're gonna be the exact same things. The art is just different. Think of like SSR versus TUR style art, but the kit stays the same. So it's really not that big a deal unless you just want the other art, which I'll admit is pretty cool. And I definitely love the other arts. So let's see. Yeah, it talks about the abilities are the exact same. So you will get EX skill orbs specifically for the clones by completing this event. So do not waste any of your other EX skill orbs, any of your other regular skill orbs. You run through this, just do it a bunch of times, and they're not specific to each clone, right? Like STR doesn't need a specific EX skill orbs for STR. It's literally, you can use any of these on any of them, but just for the clones. So this is fantastic. Like, make sure, run through this a bunch of times. I've run through this a bunch, probably still going to do it a lot more. That way I can just get a bunch of extra EX skill orbs and have a bunch of different options to use for these guys. Okay, so here it talks about the phase 4. Once a certain condition is met, the key to fulfilling is collecting the amount of key spheres of the same type of the boss. Now, I don't know the exact number. I've run through this multiple times and I don't know the exact number. It's anywhere from like 20 to 30, I think, in phase 3. So once you get there, that's where it's going to matter with the type of key spheres that you're going to pick up. And I'm going to show you the easiest way to do this, and at least the easiest way that I found and the way that made me get through it very, very quickly. Yeah, talking about using support items. The special illustrations are the ones you're going to fight in phase 4, and it also gives you a chance to recruit them from phase 4, right? You can get them from the missions, right? If you look at the missions here, which I've already done everything, if you go all the way, let's see, where is it? Phase 4. So in phase 4, if you complete it with each type, they're going to give you 5 of the special illustration arts anyway. So you can get them there, and then you can build up their super attack by continuously running through the event and picking up more and more copies of whatever type you're looking for. Now, they're not 100%, right? So it's like, if you get the special illustration and you're trying to feed in super attacks with the normal illustration, it's only going to give you a 50% chance. So you might have to get more and more and more of them in order to get that completely free to play done without using any Kais. But it's fine, because you can just keep running through this event. As you're doing it, you're getting more skill orbs, you're getting more copies of the clones. Like, you can easily max out both types. So like, if we go back here real quick, like, I'll show you mine. Like, I have all of them, like the normal illustration and the special illustration completely rainbowed out just from running through this event multiple times over and over and over and over again, right? And getting a bunch of extra skill orbs on top of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump in real quick, and I will show you guys the easiest way to do this. So bring a lot of characters that do additional attacks, right? Whether it be supers, whether it be normals, it really doesn't matter, because this is just a story event. So it's not going to be anything too crazy hard to get through. When it comes to items, think about what phase you're going to be running. So for now, we're going to run the Fizz phase. So we're going to use the Puar items here, right? So we have the physical one to get all physical. So for this, you need to change all red to physical, right? So then you would want a red, you know, get the STR, change all AGL to red. Then I pick up this one, change all green to blue. And you could pick up the green if you wanted to and kind of continue that cycle. But what I do is my final item is use one of the, special ones that boost up your attack, whatever, when you pick up those spheres. It's not really for the attack boost. It's more so just it randomly changes any type of key sphere to that type. So it just makes it easier to get more of that, but it is random on what it changes. So there is that. But I'll show you, I'm going to run through this real quick for the physical stage, and I'll show you exactly how to get through phase 4 and get some additional items. We'll actually even turn the boost on. That way we can get some extra stuff. All right, let's jump into this. All right, so this is the setup here, right? When you come in, you're going to have the whole line here. It's not going to tell you which one's which, so you have to remember from the image that it gives you in the mission or in the event details which one you're going for. So the Fizz is the very bottom right. So that's what we're going to go for first. All right, so there it is, physical. So now as we're kind of going through this, it really doesn't matter until you get to phase 3 on how many of the same type key sphere you're going to pick up. So again, because we are running the physical clone event, we want to be picking up physical orbs in phase 3 in order to proc the special phase 4 fight. right? Does that make sense? So we're gonna blast through this super fast. We're gonna get to phase 3, and I'm gonna show you, you know, we're just gonna use a bunch of items to change the field in order to pick up a bunch of key spheres. More than enough, most likely, right? Because like I said, I don't know the exact number. It says there's a hint within like the mission, like the missions or whatever. One of the missions goes up to collecting 20 key spheres of the same type. So I don't know if it's 20, and then I don't know if it jumps up to being like 25 or 30 in order to proc phase 4. But I mean, we're gonna jump in and we're gonna collect just a bunch of them, just to overkill it. So yeah, so see, having characters who do a bunch of additional attacks makes this go a lot faster and guarantees you're gonna finish it before the charge count is up. So whether it's this team, whether it's a different team, just check their kit and make sure that they do additional supers or additional attacks. Okay, so now we're in phase 3. This is where it matters. So what we're gonna do is, really doesn't matter who goes first, because again, this is just a story event. They don't hit super duper hard. They don't have a bunch of HP, so this is meant to be able to run through pretty quickly and not really stump you. So what we'll do here, we're gonna start lining these up. So first, I'm gonna drop the AGL key sphere change. We'll go STR. And then we're gonna go STR to Fizz. Now look, now we got a bunch of physical key spheres right there already. So we're just gonna pick all these up, right? It's 11 counting the rainbow, so 10. So we'll do that. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna drop this Deborah cookie. Okay, didn't really change too much. We'll try to do another one, see if we can get a little bit luckier here. There you go, look at that field change. So there's 17 orbs right there. So what does that give us? 27 total. So you drop that, you pick all those up, and then you could just for shits and giggles here, we're gonna change the whole field again, just to completely ensure that we're getting enough orbs, right? This is probably overkill. You don't really need to do this much to it, but this definitely ensures that we're gonna be picking up enough physical key spheres. All right, now let's just watch this all play out real quick. And then once this turn is over, it should give us a special, I don't want to call it animation, but a special like story prompt saying that we're actually going to move on to the next phase. Otherwise, the actual like mission will just end. Right, the stage will just end if you didn't get enough. So there we go, just 2 more guys to take out. All right, so that's the last guy. So cleared. There it is. So this, if this pops up, this means that you collected enough to go to the next stage. So now you're going to be fighting the physical clones of the different art, right? So see how the art has changed. So for this, it's at this point, it doesn't matter what you collect. It doesn't matter what you do. You just have to win within these 6 charges. So to make it easy, we're gonna get rid of 1 clone straight out of the bat. So there goes 1. So there's only 4 left. Makes it really easy to do. We'll go ahead, pick these up. Again, it doesn't matter if you pick up Fizz Key Spheres, they were just there, so I just picked them up. We'll do that. And then we'll pick up that. Yeah, so once this fight is over, you'll be able to see, you know, what you got as your rewards. Sometimes you'll get the special illustration characters, sometimes you just won't. And you just have to keep kind of running through it to get extras. But you're gonna see, we're gonna get a lot of EX skill orbs that are special for the clones themselves. And like I said, you can use whatever kind you want to kind of build out the clones however you want based off of their kits. Yeah, dude, like, look, we just got a crazy amount of skill orbs. Okay. And then remember, we used the boost too, so we're probably gonna have even more. So let's see what we got from that. Okay, so we got 3 of the clones. These are just the normal arts. Yeah, these are just the normal art clones. We didn't get lucky with any of the special illustration ones, but when you get to phase 4 and you get through it, you have a greater chance of actually picking them up from drops, right? You can get them from the missions enough to, you know, have the copy and get their full hidden potential unlocked, but then you're gonna need to get 9 more in order to fully build out their super attack. And like I said, you can feed these ones into the special illustration ones and vice versa, but there's going to be a 50% chance to give you a super attack boost instead of 100% chance. That's really the only difference. So you might just have to feed in extra copies, right, in order for it to work. But yeah, I mean, look at all these skill orbs we picked up. Like, and these are, unfortunately, these are only for the clones, right? It'd be awesome if we had these just in general, but it's crazy the amount that they give you, so you can fully build out each copy that you want of these clones. And like I said, they mix and match, so these aren't just for the physical. These can be used on any of them. So I hope that if you guys haven't taken this on already, if you guys haven't already figured this out, that this helps you a little bit here in order to, you know, get these characters, get their full potential, get a bunch of extra skill orbs, you know, get the special illustrations, because these things are cool, man. Like, here's a couple of them. So here's the int, here's the physical. You know, they're definitely just different. They're all different from each other, as opposed to like the regular illustration, right? That's just, they're all the same. So yeah, man, I think they're pretty cool. And it's a very, very good free-to-play team. It really is. So, yeah, I really hope this helped you out, guys. If you have any other questions on this or any other issues, just let me know, and I'll be happy to kind of explain things a little bit more in case I didn't explain it well enough. But yeah, have fun running through this. Get a bunch of extra skill orbs. Get these extra arts. These things are cool, man, and they're very, very good. They are very strong. So, if you guys stuck around to the end of the video, I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know what you guys think of this event. Let me know what you guys think of the Goku Black clones and what you think about them having 2 separate arts. I think it's pretty cool. And I know some people are talking about this being a thing for summonable units, and I kind of hope not. I don't think that would be a very good idea because people would be chasing a bunch of different copies of things, and it'd probably piss a lot of people off. So keep this to free to play. But yeah, very good team, very cool arts. Like, subscribe, do the thing, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya!